Hi guys, welcome back for part 2 of Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. I'm super excited for it. Let's dive in. Me and my giant. I have a friend who is a giant and he lives where the tall weeds grow. He is high as a mountain and wide as a barn, and I only come up to his toe, you know. I only come up to his toe. When the daylight grows dim, I talk with him, lay down in the marshy sands, and his ear is too far away to hear, but still he understands. He stands, I know he understands. For we have a code called the Scratch Top Code, and here's what we do. I scratch his toe once means hello, and twice means how are you? 3 means does it look like rain? 4 times means don't cry. 5 times means I'll scratch you a joke, and 6 times means goodbye. Goodbye 6 times means goodbye. And he answers me by tapping his toe. Once means hello, friend. 2 taps means it's very nice to feel your scratch again. 3 taps means it's lonely here with my head in the top of the sky. 4 taps means today an eagle smiled as she flew by. 5 taps means, oops, I just bumped my head against the moon. 6 means sigh, and 7 means bye, and 8 means come back soon, soon, soon. 8 means come back soon. And then I scratch 1,000 times, and he taps with a boppity bim, and he laughs so hard he shakes the sky. That means I'm tickling him. Okay, rain. I opened my eyes and looked up at the sky. And looked up at the rain, and it dripped in my head, and it flowed into my brain. And all that I hear as I lie in my bed is the slishity slosh of the rain in my head. I step very softly. I walk very slow. I can't do a handstand. I might overflow. So pardon the wild, crazy thing I just said. I'm just not the same since there's rain in my head. 2 boxes. 2 boxes met upon the road, said one unto the other. If you're a box and I'm a box, then you must be my brother. Our sides are thin, we're caving in, and we must get no thinner. And so 2 boxes hand in hand went home to have their dinner. Aw. True story. This morning I jumped on my horse and went out for a ride, and some wild outlaws chased me and they shot me in the side. So I crawled into a wildcat's cave to find a place to hide. But some pirates found me sleeping there, and soon they had me tied to a pole and built a fire under me. I almost cried, till a mermaid came and cut me loose and begged to be my bride. So I said I'd come back Wednesday, but I must admit I lied. Then I ran into a jungle swamp, but I forgot my guide. I stepped into some quicksand, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get out until I met a water snake named Clyde, who pulled me to some cannibals who planned to have me fried. But an eagle came and swooped me up, and through the air we flied. But he dropped me in a boiling lake 1,000 miles wide, and you'll never guess what I did then. I died. Hey, boa constrictor. Oh, I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, a boa constrictor, a boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor, and I don't like it one bit. Well, what do you know? It's nibbling my toe. Oh, gee, it's up to my knee. Oh, my, it's up to my thigh. Oh, fiddle, it's up to my middle. Oh, heck, it's up to my neck. Oh, dread, it's up to my... It's up to his head. He got swallowed. Hector the Collector. Hector the Collector collected bits of string, collected dolls with broken heads, and rusty bells that would not ring, pieces of out-of-picture puzzles, bent-up nails and ice cream sticks, twists of wire, worn-out tires, paper bags and broken bricks, old chip vases, half shoelaces, Gatling guns that wouldn't shoot, leaky boats that wouldn't float, and stopped-up horns that wouldn't toot, butter knives that had no handles, copper keys that fit no locks, rings that were too small for fingers, dried up leaves and patched up socks, Worn out belts that had no buckles, electric trains that had no tracks, airplane models, broken bottles, three-legged chairs and cups with cracks. Hector the Collector loved these things with all his soul, loved them more than shining diamonds, loved them more than glistening gold. Hector called to all the people, come and share my treasure trunk. And all the silly, sightless people came and looked and called it junk. Aw. I mean, recycling is really important, but I mean, there's a difference between recycling and being a hoarder. Invention. I've done it, I've done it. Guess what I've done? Invented a light that plugs into the sun. The sun is bright enough, the bulb is strong enough, but oh, there's only one thing wrong. The cord ain't long enough. Okay. For sale. This one's one of my favorites. I used to read it to my sister just to make her mad. One sister for sale, one sister for sale, one crying and spying young sister for sale. I'm really not kidding. So who will start the bidding? Do I hear $1, a nickel, a penny? Oh, isn't there any one kid who will buy this old sister for sale, this crying and spying young sister for sale? I mean, I love my sister. We get along great now, but I mean, there's got to be times as an older sibling when you're like, I wonder if I just, you know. Okay. Sleeping sardines. I'm tired of eating just beans, says I, so I opened a can of sardines, but they started to squeak. Hey, we're trying to sleep. We were snuggled up tight till you let in the light. You big silly sap, let us finish our nap. Now close up the lid. So that's what I did. Will somebody please pass the beans? 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd ride a worm to school. The teardrop of a crying ant would be your swimming pool. A crumb of cake would be a feast and last you 7 days at least. A flea would be a frightening beast if you were 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you'd walk beneath the door, and it would take about a month to get down to the store. A bit of fluff would be your bed. You'd swing upon a spider's thread and wear a thimble on your head if you were 1 inch tall. You'd surf across the kitchen sink upon a stick of gum. You couldn't hug your mama, you'd just have to hug her thumb. You'd run from people's feet in fright. To move a pen would take all night. This poem took 14 years to write because I'm just 1 inch tall. Enter the deserted house. Enter this deserted house. But please walk softly as you do. Frogs dwell here and crickets too. Ain't no ceiling, only blue. Jays dwell here and sunbeams too. Floors are flowers, take a few. Ferns grow here and daisies too. Whoosh, swoosh, to-wit, to-woo. Bats dwell here and hoot owls too. Ha ha ha, hee hee, hoo hoo. Gnomes dwell here and goblins too. And my child, I thought you knew. I dwell here and so do you. Ooh. Sick. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox, and there's one more, that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk, I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is, what? What's that? You say, what's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye, I'm going out to play. I always wanted to call in sick to school too. Okay, upstairs. There's a family of wrens who live upstairs, 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 inside my hat, all cozy in my hair, my hair, my hair. I've moved a dozen times and still they're there, they're there, they're there. I'd like to get away from them, but where, but where, but where? This hat just isn't big enough to share, to share, to share. But now I see you're bored and you don't care, and don't care about the wrens who live inside my hair, my hair, my hair. Okay, last one. The garden. Old man Simon planted a diamond, grew himself a garden the likes of none. Sprouts all growing, coming up glowing, fruit of jewels all shining in the sun. Colors of the rainbow, see the sun and rain grow. Sapphires and rubies on ivory vines, grapes of jade just ripening in the shade, just ready for the squeezing into green jade wine. Pure gold corn there blowing in the warm air. Old crow nibbling on the amethyst seeds. In between the diamonds, old man Simon crawls about pulling out platinum weeds. Pink pearl berries, all you can carry. Put them in a bushel and haul them into town. Up in the tree, there's opal nuts and gold pears. Hurry, quick, grab a stick and shake some down. Take a silver tater, emerald tomato, fresh plump coral melons hanging in reach. Old man Simon, digging up his diamonds, stops and rests and dreams about one real peach. Okay, so that is part 2 of Where the Sidewalk Ends. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me soon for part 3. Okay, bye.